Look, there's 1,674 people in the trading group. I give a shout out to a couple people in my trading group. Amazing gains today. This person said, Chris, sorry to bother you. I got one question about your ENJ setup. I'm up about $2,200 right now on it. It's that easy, 2,200 bucks. Wow, the easiest 7,000 I've ever made. I made about 20,000 tonight. Thank you. This person up 912%. This person, I just finished taking $2,700 out of the markets thanks to your hard work putting these videos together. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, nothing, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join my trading group is I post profitable trading setups every single day, and we've been killing it. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto, you get a 20% discount. You pay for the year in crypto, you get an additional month for free and a 30% discount. If you do want to pay with a card month to month on a monthly basis, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. This is Tezos up 72%. You can see here's the setup posted. Here's 52% out of link. Again, bought the breakout down here. Here's the setup. Here's Ethereum, 57% gains out of Ethereum. Here's the setup. Bitcoin Cash broke out 60% gains over time. I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you to smash the like button for me. Trying to get a like spike going, 1,000 likes a video. That's the goal. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I'm going to make sure you're very successful in the cryptocurrency space based on the ideas that I share with you on a daily basis. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Sideways with greenish undertones, we're calling it. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $224 billion. Bitcoin at 77.87. XRP taking off today, 8.75%. in the green. Pretty big move for XRP. What does this mean? We're going to talk about XRP about halfway through the video. Just as far as, is this a leading indicator? Is this potentially something that's going to give, is it an idea that gives Bitcoin some upside momentum, if you will? This is a Bitcoin weekly chart, and we have to have a bullish bias based on this idea. You have this strong weekly resistance that's just become support now at about 7,400. So as long as the bulls can hold this level, you have to assume, there's definitely room for more upside with this giant triangle top being around 9,300. Potentially that's the end result here. You've got a possible bullish MACD cross, again, basically being confirmed in about 55 minutes. So this is, not the best idea of the initial move from the downside. It's a lagging indicator, it's called, right? Because it's based on the previous moving averages of the price action. However, it's good confirmation of this continuation of an uptrend, right? And so you can see, look at the number of weeks that we've had green, a tremendous amount of green weeks in a row. So that's, you have to wonder, are we going to see a red week at some point? A ton of overhead resistance right now. The 21 SMA is at 78.50. The 200 simple moving average on the daily chart is just above 8,000 is psychological resistance, and the 0.618 Fibonacci level is overhead resistance at about 7,800 as well. So there's it would be logical to think that we may see a rejection and a bounce off support. It would be good. It would bring buyers into the market if we pulled back down to around 74.50 with a halving run up, and some of these ideas I'm about to talk to you about in just a second. This may or may not happen. This is Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Again, rising wedge, rising channel. We've been in for a while. They trade the same. You can call it either. Then you've got this smaller rising wedge. Now there's a 68% chance this breaks to the downside, this small white one, okay? There's some conflicting signals, but you've got some potential bearish divergence down here on the indicators, which 68% chance this wedge breaks to the downside. If it breaks higher, you'll see a quick potential spike to the upside. When there's only a 32% chance it happens. It's not very common, but previously Bitcoin's run up from 3150 to 14,000. It happened on 4 occasions, and when you start to see bullish breaks of bearish patterns, that's something to pay attention to. This is not always about let me predict the future. It's about potentially having some ideas and some strategies put in place before this price action moves so that you're able to react quickly. Now, this is zoomed in 30-minute chart. I've been watching this triangle. This triangle is going to end in about 13 hours. Like there's a move coming, right? We've been waiting on it, waiting on it, waiting on it. This price action's just, it's been getting rejected multiple times at this resistance level that's just overhead. Price action's above all the major moving averages, which is a bullish sign. Now, this is only a 30-minute chart. You have it's a possible bullish MACD cross on the hourly. It is confirmed on the 30-minute chart, and you can see that the price action is essentially leads. It pulls the moving averages or this MACD to cross. The MACD is based moving average convergence divergence, right? So it's based on the moving averages, these two red and blue lines. What I want you to pay attention to is this, and this is a real simple strategy. Watch the patterns on the RSI. You basically double click the RSI on Tradingview, Coinigy, and this can be a leading indicator as far as a breakout on the RSI will happen before a breakout in the price action. Okay, at the end of the day, you want to buy the breakout. Like that's an easy way to trade these setups, trade any ideas. Okay, the bigger pattern here, again, this yellow rising wedge, 68% chance that it does break to the downside, but there potentially is still room higher. There's still room for another push higher. So all eyes are on Bitcoin right now. A lot is riding on this potential next move. This could spark a pretty big crypto rally with the halving situation that's about to unfold. There's a lot of new people that have been reaching out to me on social media on a regular basis, and they've just never bought Bitcoin before. Hey, Chris, how do I get into crypto? How do I get into Bitcoin? How do I buy Bitcoin? How do I learn to trade Bitcoin? This is a good indicator. When Bitcoin's price starts getting to a certain level, new money, new people start coming into the market, and that's a good indicator of some upside in a lot of situations. Do we see a pullback to 7,400 and then the bounce higher, or do we just break higher from here is the question. Crypto fear and greed index. This is another important indicator to understand. This has kept me bullish for a long time on this price action because people are extremely fearful. Typically, the price doesn't dump when there's a ton of fear in the market, right? Because normally, the emotions, if you counter trade your emotions, you're going to be right more often than not. Like I was just talking to a patron on the phone, and she said, well, Chris, I've been watching all these YouTubers, and then I've been trading, and I finally decided to join your group, but I've lost a lot of money. And I'm just thinking, yeah, like if you listen to what everybody else is doing, you're not going to do very well because everybody else is normally wrong. That's why, it's important to get up to speed and help you guys start to make your own decisions. It's not always about being right. It's about managing risks. Like when you take a loss, take a small loss, right? Exit losers quickly, ride your winners. But essentially, fear and greed index starting to slowly work its way higher. Now, at whatever point we start getting up here in the green, price action potentially is up near 9,000, and this will probably could take a little bit of time to play out, but that's when you start thinking, okay, everybody's greedy, it's time to take profits. And everybody's fearful, it's time to buy, right? Counter trade emotions. Dash halving, supply inflation reduction. It wasn't exactly a halving, but this happened yesterday. Dash rewards were cut by 1/14. So their Dash masternodes, the reward distribution was cut. So what does this mean? Essentially, there's less Dash being given out as rewards. Bitcoin hodl waves. So currently, 42.83% of all circulating Bitcoin has not been moved for at least 2 years. This has increased by 10.4% this year. So there's a bunch of holders in this market. This you'd think it gives Bitcoin some stability, but there's nothing that's stable about this market, right? A lot of people sometimes will reach out in the comments and say, well, if you guys would stop trading this coin, I'm like thinking, hey, that's not going to happen. This is a Bitcoin network, and it's grown 25% over the last year, and this is based on the number of Bitcoin wallet addresses that exist. CME Bitcoin futures total open interest and volume is increasing. Open interest is continuing to grow. What does this mean? This means that a lot of the big players that trade Bitcoin futures, CME Bitcoin futures, and essentially you could make a case Bitcoin's going to follow CME futures. Open interest is growing. So there's more people, and that might be shorting the market, they might be longing the market, but there's more people with their hands in the pot. There's more open interest. Typically, this is a good indication of when to expect a move. Like when open interest gets above $1 billion daily volume, a lot of times we see a big move shortly thereafter. This is a short-term market sentiment. I talked to you guys about this as far as, like counter trading your emotions, counter trading the herd. Essentially, most of the time, and you can see back here some price action, everybody's bullish. This is the last run up. Bitcoin was down here at about 6,800 and everybody's calling for 4,000, 3,000. Everyone's bearish, 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 bearish. On your run ups, everybody's bullish, 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 bullish. Here on your run up, we're headed up to 10,500, 10,500. Everybody's bullish, 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 bullish. The bottom falls out. These people were wrong. All the bears right here calling for $3,000 Bitcoin, they were wrong. Normally what everybody else thinks. And so when you crowdsource your information, you say, hey, everybody, what should I do here? They're going to give you the wrong answer, right? That's the worst possible way to find a way to enter this market. Matic has launched Counter Stake Stage 1. It's been completed. So this has started the run up to the mainnet. Final stage, Stage 2, is going to officially commence in the coming days. Stage 2 marks the final hurdle before Matic mainnet will be ready to launch. I've been frustrated with Matic because I reached out to the team actually in their Telegram, and I was really trying to get, they have alpha mainnet, pre-mainnet, mainnet. They have 3 or 4 different mainnets. I was trying to figure out if the mainnet launch was going to happen on this specific date. And the way they had it split up, some of these cryptos in general, a lot of the way they have their roadmaps built is to pump the price, hype the price, essentially to build, this culmination of this mainnet launch and to keep things relevant and in the now. So people are talking about them on a regular basis. And why would you have 2 or 3 mainnet launches, pseudo mainnet launches? And again, hey, nothing against Matic, nothing against Counterstake. I'm just saying that a lot of this, there's a lot of marketing behind what these cryptos do. Not to take anything away from it, because essentially this marketing is what pushes the price higher, right? So that's important to understand about crypto. It's not always about mainstream adoption. It's about how good these coins are at marketing themselves. Longs and shorts. So right now, 64% of the market is long. Normally, the market's not right? So 64% are long. Now, Ethereum, oddly enough, 92% people are long on Ethereum. Go over here to this story. Ethereum forms a grim triple top formation as 92% of the traders go long. And essentially, they're talking about this chart where you've got essentially this triple top. There's some technical ideas that are looking for a potential pullback. It is at overhead resistance, but now this is after hours trading, just updated. Markets have been kind of flat right now. It's a kind of a mix. Why is this important? This is traditional markets, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow. You go over, here's the S&P 500. Now it's not trading right now, but if you just look, this is the 1-minute chart, and you can see Bitcoin is this orange, bright orange line. And you can see the green and red candles, the S&P 500, highly correlated. So that's why I'm going to keep you guys updated on what's going on in the traditional markets. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X yet, I definitely recommend you do so. It's the safest way to store your crypto, these guys. You want to keep your crypto, if you're not trading it, you want to keep it offline, cold storage, locked away, very safe. These are, you can buy in bulk, you can get a discount, definitely a good investment. The factory link is in the description, does support the channel. Key Bitcoin technical indicator just flashed a major buy signal. So what they're talking about essentially is the cloud. So there's a buy signal on the cloud that's happening right now, and so a lot of people are bullish based on this idea. We also have, like we've been talking about, there's a CME futures gap that's overhead. At some point, very high likelihood that it does get filled. Again, will we pull back and then bounce, or will we go straight there? We'll have to wait and see. I talked to you guys about XRP on April the 25th. We're just going to play part of this video real quick. A lot of people were like, Stellar Lumens is decoupling from XRP. If we look at the XLM chart, you can see XLM is taken off. It's actually had some pretty good gains now. But if you look at XRP, it hasn't quite blasted off yet. But again, the most important part is, essentially you're looking for this move. You've got the volume down here to confirm a breakout of this falling wedge. Okay, so this is the beginning. And then you're essentially looking for a break above this level. XRP is due to break out. I mean, it's due for a move higher based on the idea that it moves with XLM. This is a nice chart setup. Again, XRP 8.75, no, 10%. XRP is up 10%. I got a ton of thank yous for this. Was this a catalyst for Bitcoin's extreme move to the upside? Is it possible? Look at, there it goes. XRP army partying right now. Look at the RSI. The RSI down here is way overbought. It's above 80. By the way, so when that happens, at some point, you have to think, okay, well, is there going to be a pullback? But the whole goal here is to help you understand like how this market really works, right? You see, you got a double bottom. You got a 68% chance of a break to the upside as far as this rising wedge goes. You broke major resistance. XRP likes to move with XLM. You're building a case. It's like going to court and you're trying to say, hey, judge, here, this is my bullish case. This is my bearish case. And wherever you can build the stronger case, that has to be the way you trade. And then you want to limit and mitigate risk. I'm watching Bitcoin over here to see if Bitcoin takes off based on XRP. SEC's crypto mom on the outlook for the digital dollar, and the end of her term is in June. So she's a big crypto advocate, supporter, if you will. She addressed the increasingly visible role of a potential digital dollar. She said she doubted that it posed a threat to digital currency in particular. She said it's natural progression, that they're going to think, hey, we should digitize our currency. And if we do so, will that be good or bad for our ability to play our role as a central bank, she stated. I don't think that means that other types of digital currencies that are privately developed are going to disappear. Potentially, it just changes the game a little bit. Over here, SEC Commissioner, she stated that crypto is in its infancy, expects increasing number of investors to diversify with digital assets. And this is the case. And I see it right now. I've got people hitting me up constantly. Like everybody's starting they want to get in. This halving run up, this hype cycle has caused a lot of people, and obviously the 100% gains in the market recently, 3,800 to 7,750 have obviously been good as far as putting Bitcoin on the map. Trump sent me a piece of the $2.2 trillion. Help me spend it, please, Bitcoin community. What coin should he buy? So this is part of the CARES Act. And basically stated Donald Trump sent him this letter that says, I'm pleased to notify you by the CARES Act, you receiving an economic impact payment of $4 by direct deposit. We hope this payment provides meaningful support to you during this period. Don't spend it all in one place. You might be able to get a couple candy bars. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.